Hi everyone. Welcome to the part 2 of our charwise selection feature in neovim. I did some small things not on the stream. And yeah, I figured out some issues on my tests. We can look at them. Let's first open up the stuff. So I was able to fix one test, specifically the substitute one. So the one that I tried to fix in the last stream, I actually did fix. But then I found out that test that I wrote for the bang command was wrong, in a sense where I thought it kind of behaves like I would expect it. But then I saw that I just had it like this. And then I selected this part here, something like this. And below on the line 5122, we do a tr command and replace all A's with B's. And the issue here is you don't recognize in this first line, line 3, here in this line 3, first line of the selection, if it's actually selecting charwise or linewise, because the A's are at the end of the line. So what I did now is adding some A's in front of. And now, if I would select the whole line, I would also change this A's in the front. And then I would say see that in the test result. So, and actually, when I did that, I saw then when I select this portion here, then this portion should be changed to B, right? Because we change all the A's to B. And that fails currently, so it was not working in the first place. And I'm currently investigating why is that. And yeah, hopefully we'll fix that today. Just prepare some stuff here on the other screen. Crunchyroll side-wide quest. 30 days of unlimited anime. Drop and rewards should be in place now. So yeah, that's where we currently are. And I already kind of figured out is that we have to change here in this read buffer into function. How we read from the buffer. So when we do a select, charwise select like this, then we actually read these lines from the buffer and kind of save them, as I understood that, somewhere, and then we can kind of write it to another stream or something, and then modify it, and then we would read it back into the buffer. So the first thing that we would need to fix is kind of the range that we read from the buffer. I already changed here a little bit, and you can have a look at that. Let's see here. I changed it from only reading the line start and the end of the line that we selected to positions. So position is actually, I think it's a struct or something in C. Struct which holds not only the line but also the column and the column offset, but I'm not sure what the column offset should be, but we don't need it for this feature, I guess. So with that change, we are already able to, let's open a new terminal. We are able to get the proper start of the selection, and we need now find the end. So let's actually run this test so that we see where it's failing and what's wrong. So this is what we get. And this is how it should look like. Okay, I'm not sure if this is the right start. Oh, and also what I changed is I added new mapping for me, which is to easily open up the marks so I can easier jump between the marks. So let's set the mark actually here somewhere. We have for marks A. I don't need this anymore. Let's overwrite the A mark. Okay. With this here. Read buffer into. Set the B mark here. And now we can try to debug that stuff here. So first we would set a breakpoint here. Let's open up the debug window, debug UI. And now that we set up the debugging tools in the last stream, we can use this GDB is equal 1 here to actually debug that function. Then we can switch back here and say we want to attach to neovim session. Actually, now we are here. Now we can see what's in all of this. Of these variables. What do we have here? We get the buffer plus column. What is in the start position column? Start position column. It's free. So we go here, we select our mark and we go to our test. So the marks would be line 3 and column 3, which is 1, 2, 3. Right, and we would select this portion, which would mean actually we should have 3 A's in there. But we have only 2 A's, so it's strange. So we can see what we get from here. Adapter reported. What? That's kind of an issue. I did something wrong, I guess. Let's do it again. This time without getting this here. So oh, current buffer, that's wrong. Here it's not current buffer, it's this buffer. Doesn't make any difference. We will see, but let's stop this one and redo again. So LP, no LP in the current context. ML get buffer. Return a pointer to a read-only copy of a line. Will change true mark the buffer dirty chars in the line will be changed. The pointer returned by the mlget functions only remains valid until the next call. And one is now invalid. I pointed to a read-only copy of a line current buffer. Position, column number. Should I do a -1 there? Does this position starts with an 1? Let's do a -1 here then. Should be then also -1. The length. The length of the string would be here 10. And it should be 11. So LPL should be 11. 10. It would mean here +1. Let's try this out. We'll continue. Restart it. So 3 A's and at the end also 3 A's. Size is 11, right? And let's see. This is fine. But now we also need to consider the end position, but only for this, for the length, we will need to shrinking the length then, but only for the last line. Finished a line, add a new line unless this line should not have one. So line number will be increased here. And then we calculate this part. So this will be okay if we do it here, I guess. Which would mean this is fine, but on the length we would need to shrinken it, right? So the length would be minus, and then the difference between the length of the current line. Oh no, it's just the column. So here is an if, then if, so if it's bigger, okay, then we break, that's fine. But if line number is equal and position line number, then we do a special handling, and else we do this stuff. Let's close this one here. And which would mean here we need to write and position column. It should be the length, right? Now we can test this. Line number optimized out. Okay. Repeat 17 times. Okay. Let's just see. Come on. Do we get there? How many is this? 11. How many are this currently? 11. So I guess the reading is fine now. Let's maybe see where we write the stuff in SB, so string buffer here. I think we can check this now. We have here kind of two things that we need to fix. The first one is what we read in from, or what we read from the buffer. That's only that we only read this part that is selected. And the other thing is, because we not only read from the buffer, but also change stuff and then write back to the buffer, we need to fix reading and writing to the buffer. So the first thing, I guess, we fixed now. So it's the reading part, but now we overwrite the whole thing here, the whole lines. But what we instead want to do is only write to the selected part and replace only the selected part when we write back. So let's jailbreak buffer. Let's see, where are the references? No, that's not. Let's add here the breakpoint so that we can see what's in the input. So yeah, that's fine. So now we read that what we wanted to read in from the buffer. Let's delete this whole stuff from there. Let's go really quick. Let's remove it really quick. And now we need to find out the write command. So here is, it's called actually here shell opt write. Then we need to shell opt read, which is the output pointer. Okay. Then we set the output pointer, and we say do OS system Where does the output pointer points to? Output read. Midpoint here. Initialize output ring buffer. And then let's see what's in the output buffer. So that's also fine. So what we actually read from the read back from the bash command or our tr command, it's also what we would expect. But now how we write this portion of the output into the buffer back is broken. Output. Cursor line number. ML append. Append after this line. Wondering if there are already functions to actually not append whole lines, but instead to change the content. When starting up, we might still need to create the mem file. Mm-hmm. Let's see if we have something else here. Like ML append, but for an arbitrary buffer. The buffer must already have a mem line. Text of the new line, length of the new line, including null. And buffer. memline. Let's see what we have here. ml delete replace. Replace buffer, update chunk. Could it be that? Keep information for finding byte offset of a line. Add a length to a parent chunk, possibly splitting it. Careful. ml chnk add line make calls ml find line to be called. Delete line update add length to parent chunk as assigned entity. So we will search further. Check whether all strings are valid. Find line or offset. Find offset line or line with offset. I think that this is it. So let's look at the replace buffer and the replace line number with buffering in the current buffer. If true, make a copy of the line, otherwise the line has been copied to allocated memory already. If false, the line may be freed to add text properties. Do not use it after calling ml replace. The call of this function should probably also call changed lines unless update screen is used. Update screen not valid is used. So this function. Okay, this only calls the other one. We come allocating separate scratch buffer for each line, which is immediately freed. That's a lot of noise. A more general refactor could be to use a fixed scratch buffer for all lines up to a reasonable size. Delete line, a number in the current buffer. ML line. Wondering if it's somewhere else, not in the ML line. M-file, mem line. Copy slang bytes, offset to destination and 0. Xmalloc. String substitute will base every instance of C with X. It's charwise. Doesn't look like it. Now we need to find the proper function here to use. I hope it should be already available. File. A mem file consists of a sequence of blocks. Block numbered from 0 upwards have been assigned a place in the actual file. The block number is equal to the page number in the file. An abstraction to handle blocks of memory which can be stored in a file. This is in the implementation of a sort of virtual memory. Let's see what mem file is. How mem file is defined. Mem line is defined. Contains the functions for appending, deleting, and changing the text lines. The mem file functions are used to store the information in blocks of memory, backed up by a file. Structure of the information is a tree. The root of the tree is a pointer block. The leaves of the tree are data blocks. In between, maybe several layers of pointer blocks forming branches. 3 types of blocks are used. Block number 0 contains information for recovery. Pointer blocks contain a list of pointers to other blocks. Data blocks contain the actual text. Blocks number 1 contains block 0, structure see below. Block number 1 is the first pointer block. It is the root of the tree. Other pointer blocks are branches. If a line is too big to fit in a single page, the block containing that line is made big enough to hold the line. May spawn several pages, otherwise all blocks are one page. A data block that was filled when starting to edit a file and was not changed since then can have a negative block number. This means that it has not yet been assigned a place in the file. We are recovering the lines in this data block can be read from the original file. When the block is changed, lines appended, deleted, changed, or when it is flushed, gets a positive number. Replace line number with buffering in the current buffer. Copy if true, make a copy of the line, otherwise the line has been copied to allocate memory already. If false, the line may be free to add text properties. And after this line, everything is line based. Change bytes within a single line. Scruff. Hi, welcome to the stream. You can say hello and you can say hello. That's fine. Either way. Doing some Abend programming. Yes. In the deeps of neovim C code. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm also fine. Just searching currently for the proper function here to change only a portion of the line. So because yeah, most of the things are line based here in neovim or in Vim in general, and searching there should be some things where you can just manipulate a portion of the line, not the whole line. I hope, at least. That's what I'm doing currently. But for a broader thing, I'm kinda currently trying to finish this pull request. Yeah, for my first real feature to contribute to neovim. Do you think AI will ever be good enough to help with this? Yeah, I think so. It could maybe even already help. I don't use AI. But mainly, I don't use AI on the stream because of I want to learn the stuff. Yeah, I'm on Linux. You're right. I'm using Cosmic as a desktop environment. I'm not sure if you're familiar, if you are knowing that. Are you a Linux guy? Are you using Linux? Microsoft Mensch. What would you do? What will you do this year when Windows 10 is running out of support? Are you going to jump to Windows 11? Or try some Linux distros? I will order a new PC with Windows 11 installed. You're a rich guy, right? I ordered it gestern. Or today, actually. Okay. Which one do you order? I'm arm. Usually that's the rich people are saying that they are arm. Seriously. Yeah, I mean, just because Windows 10 runs out of support, buying a new laptop with Windows 11, that's what rich people do. Just kidding. A lot of Spielen don't run on Linux. That's actually not that true anymore. There are many things that run on Linux, many games. I don't know if you checked that out, but I have streams in my channel on YouTube and on Twitch, where I played one of the newest games from Digital Extremes, I guess they are called. Soul Frame. It's not even out. So this one is really alpha, and I got the key for that. And it runs perfectly on Linux. I was really surprised myself, but yeah, it runs really great. If you like, you can check that out. And as I said, I think the videos are still there. Yeah, many people say good things about Basil something, Basil OS something Linux. Let's see. Bazit, this one. Should be a real good one for gamers. I didn't try it out, but it should be pretty good, as many said. This one or the other one is, let me think. This is Fedora-based one. Nobara. These are two gaming focused or Linux distributions. If you are mostly using it for gaming. The community is responsible for updates and stuff. But depending on which you choose, Nobara is based on Fedora, which is pretty good in updating stuff and also fixing security things. I'm currently also on Fedora, a huge Fedora fan, and I am running it for years now. The community. The Fedora project has everything a real company also has, I guess. Wait, it's Fedora project. This one. It's sponsored by Red Hat, and there are many Red Hatters in the community from Fedora. The thing is with Windows, Microsoft wants your data so bad. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can only encourage other to try Linux out. I mean, you don't lose anything. It's just trying out if it's something for you or not. Did you saw the video on Linux from, how is he called? One of the biggest YouTubers. From the US. I don't remember. PewDiePie. I don't know how to write them. PewDiePie, something like that. That's the one, yeah. There it is. So here is one of the biggest YouTubers, and he is also a gamer, and he switched to Linux completely. So, and then he has also a video about that, which is pretty good. So you can check this out. Maybe. Let's see. But if they mess up, they are large companies, so they can be held accountable. I don't think so. If they mess up, they did messed up a couple of times in the past. It may not have the same firewall thing, or I mean, it depends. Why people think that Linux is not secure enough? I mean, like 90% or so of all servers runs Linux. He's not from the US. He's Swedish, right? I was thinking he is. Yeah, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. I was thinking he is from the US. I'm not sure, to be honest. Maybe I'm wrong here. Yeah. You're saying it's right. Here's Swedish YouTuber. So here's not US guy. You're right, actually. He's the Linux guy now, yeah. I think he's running Arch Linux. Yeah, I think it can be a little bit hard at the beginning because you need to learn some stuff. But it's not that you have to frickle a lot on Linux anymore. So it's not that you need that deep tech understanding for many of the distributions. It's good if you have it, but I think it's not needed. I never built a PC before. I'm not about to start. Yeah, I don't argue with that. I'm not saying you should build your own PC, and I also don't argue if you need to learn Linux from scratch and do all the stuff. Just say you don't need to be a tech guy to use Linux anymore. Yeah, Windows is maybe more convenient because you're knowing it more than the others. So it kind of just because you're used to it. That's why it's convenient. Because if I break something or whatever, I will have to pay a geld for a replacement. I don't think you can really break stuff with Linux in that way that you break the hardware with that. I mean, you could, but you have to really kind of try hard on that. No, I mean if I build my own PC. Yeah, you don't need to do that. There is a risk of breaking stuff. Yeah, there's always a risk in breaking stuff. Even if you just unpack your PC and you drop it. So I see that my music is over. Let's start again. Yeah. But anyways, where's the music? Here's the music. Now you get it. Do you some do you do some programming? Yeah. Replace. See in the replace again. And starting up, we might still need to create the mem file. Copy. String dump line. I was just thinking how it's done in substitute command. Because we have there also kind of reading and writing back into the buffer. Maybe I can look it up there. Right. Let's open up here. Next commands C. Do substitute. So we search. We compile the regex. So and match. So the new text is built up step by step to avoid too much copying. There are these pieces. Sub first line, the old text unmodified. Copy column in the old text where we started looking for a match. From here, all text still needs to be copied to the new text. Right, yeah. So copy column would be one thing where we can look how it's done. So maybe we read to the end here. From here, all text need to be copied to the new text. Okay. Match column. Column number of the old text where to look for the next match. It's just after the previous match or one further. We don't need the match stuff. Where the pattern match in the old text. New start. The new text, all that has been produced so far. So new start. So the copy column, a new start, a new end. The new text where to append. The new text where to append new text. The line number where we found the start of the match can be below the line we searched when there is an \n before a /zs in the pattern. Sub first line number. Special situations. The new text is built up in the new start array. It has some extra room to avoid using xmalloc and free too often. New start length is the length of the allocated memory at the new start. The new text is built up in the new start. So this make a copy of the old line so it wouldn't be taken away when updating the screen or handling a multi-line match. The old pointers point into this copy. So the new start is not null. There already was a substitution. We would like to show this to the user. We cannot really update the line. It would change what matches. Temporarily replace the line and change it back afterwards. X string save. Line number. Concat string new start. Sub first line plus column. So this is the, oh. Is this how it's done? So we create a new line with the portion from the previous line, from the old line, adding the new text to it, and then replacing the whole line. Is this how it's done? Position the cursor relative to the end of the line. Previous substitute may have inserted or deleted characters before the cursor. So Sub first line, x3 clear. Sub first line is the old text unmodified. Plus copy column. So this function is working. Concatenates two strings and return the result in the allocated memory. First string and the second string. New start. The new text, all that has been produced so far. Position the cursor relative to the end of the line. The previous substitute may have inserted or deleted characters before the cursor. So this is something we can copy. And see how we can use this one. So we would need to add here more things. So size remaining, end of file. Right, output. So we could copy this part. Yeah, stuff like this. Copy this in here so that I can reuse it later. Comment this and output size remaining and also the position T start position and end position, which is also position T. start. Remaining. Does the remaining stands for? And read. Execute a command in a shell and read a 0 example. Size of what? Buffer size. Size of a string. Let's see. OS call shell. Interesting thing here. Calls the user configured shell for running a command or wildcard expansion. Extra arguments to the shell. So we call a shell here, but we don't return the output information, we directly write it. So I would expect this to kind of return the output back where it was called, like the function was called, and we should be able to do something with the output. Because here I don't have any information what is currently selected in the buffer. And I would need to give it to the function here, I don't like to do actually, but I think it's done because it's not always needed to redirect the output or to read the output of the shell command. So sometimes it's not needed, therefore this could be the reason why it's like this. Read. Could just use this one here and read this from current buffer, operation start, and so on. So let's copy this back in here. We'll do everything here in this function then. So operation start and operation end. The current buffer. Starts and end of an operator, also used for these markers. If you see markers, before we do this append here, output of is character return. And output of +1 is NL. Then we do append line number. So remaining is the size, I guess. So we loop over and then we kind of write into the off how much we already read it from the remaining size. Right. Hmm. So as if of current return or output of so this is Windows stuff. Only the skip thing is different here. Rest is equal. But yeah, let's do this. Ja, zurück. Yeah, still coding. That's my life now. I'm only coding. Yeah, I'm kind of an IT Mensch, yeah. Kind of arbeiten in IT. Gravy train job. Train or brain? Yeah. Yeah, that's gravy train. I don't know that expression. Let me see. Let me also get schlauer. I kind of like this mixing of German and English stuff. Used to refer to a situation in which someone can make a lot of money for very little effort. Gravy train. Yeah, kind of. I wish it would be like this, where I only do coffee drinking the whole day and then getting paid for this. Yeah, like you do meh a bit and then you get paid. I know it, an IT mensch from Germany, another one, and he has his own bureau and he has free drinks in the fridge downstairs. Does very little, takes a lunch break, goes shopping during that time. Sorry, and goes home, naps, and plays. This guy must be an admin. Luxusarbeit. Yeah. That's only admins can do. This Luxusarbeit is kind of. He's the only IT mensch for some company. Yeah, but he is an admin. Admins kind of automate stuff, right? Or not automate stuff in Germany. I get grilled by that. If someone see this and is an admin guy, he would say, this guy's talking trash. He's just a pure IT mensch. But IT is not a real job, right? It's just Nightbot is hitting. He's only IT mensch. There's only one in the Gebäude. I don't think so. Yeah, why are you don't doing the job then? That sounds like a awesome job. Just get the cowork of this guy. If you know him, there's already kind of half of the work done already for you. So you only need to write Bewerbung and then get hired. That's not an issue. If you're not Deutsch, it's not an issue at all. IT Mensch certificate. Yeah, that's easy. You just buy one. Yeah, funny one, huh? Yeah, just buy one from eBay. That's it. Give just IT certificate, eBay, used one, still valid. Yeah, for sure. You just overkleben the name and last name. Oh no, you just overkleben. Yeah, just just do identity theft. So it's just how it's called, identity Klau. Yeah, identity theft. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you could try. I just hearing so many ideas, but you're not trying. Yeah, that's kind of could work. You just have to try. Try hard, you know. Or you just get also a streamer and get rich. You just have to be a better one than I am, so because I'm not getting rich with what I'm doing. I don't think that I will get rich with Twitch and YouTube. But yeah. So, but let's go back to programming. Actually, because my Rechnungen are not paying themselves. No, I didn't try to give all the Arbeit to ChatGPT, but it sounds like you have all the ideas just in your pocket or your brain. You just have to use them. There are so many good ideas. You could just buy the certificate and then let the ChatGPT do your work. Yeah, that's just amazing plan, I would say. And you already told everyone how to do that. So you need to be fast now. Yeah, grab the drink and do your success story because you already have the plan for that. It's a receipt how you can get rich in Germany. I think so. I mean, it sounds like a perfect plan. And you don't have to be this one IT guy. You can be a better one with ChatGPT. Yeah, for sure. I bought my certificate. I also bought everything I know in IT and programming also. Yeah, actually, maybe it is ChatGPT which is typing here, and I'm just um looking into my Bildschirm. Yeah, it's ChatGPT OS based on Linux. I don't press any buttons, it just does it for me. Yeah. Now you got me. Yeah. Yeah. That's how it works. nowadays. So we will create here a new line, right? So this is the thing that I copied from before. We have a new start with sub first line. This is the old line plus column. So we need to old stuff. I think I would need I would need to read from the first line. So the first line where I'm currently in. Read buffer into. Read. Get length. Get a pointer to read only copy of a line. Excluding the null of the text position, get position length, get buffer. A pointer to read only copy. So let's try this one. And we will say and to the next line. I'm actually not sure if we already deleted this part, because let me go back. Actually, so on the do bang, we have here first, I think we deleted the lines before we insert new ones. Didn't we? So we do the do filter. Filter lines through a command given by the user. Then we are here, we do all the stuff. Buffer write. The writing and reading of temp files will not be shown. Okay, that's not that thing. We do the make filter command. Read lines. So this is delete lines. But is it before or after that command? So we do a call shell here. Call shell there. And we are here. So that's fine. We are not deleting it right away. So it should be able to get the information from here. So this should work. And we just get from current line number. We're getting a char pointer here. Like this, char pointer, all lines, right? And then we say outline plus current operation start column. And then we should add the new string, which should be the output. But this one only if the current buffer the operation start line number is matching the current window cursor line number. Somewhere we need to update this line numbers, right? Oh yeah, okay. You remember that the line ending was missing. And finished line. Output, increase the output. Remaining S plus should increase line number. This should work, I guess. So do this part if it's equal. Where the operation should start. Then we do this thing here. And let's say else we do the regular thing, which is this one. And then do the append and so on. So this is not needed. This would mean actually new line like this. And we have here another case. Else if oh, this like this else if, right? Else if the end of operation line number equal to this. What we would do then is actually append the end of the old text, right? Because we would need to concatenate the output. So we need to do the other way around here. Outline. Then we would get the end of operation column. Now I'm confused. Outline. Plus yeah, let's see. I'm not sure we actually have in there, but we can definitely wait. It does not work. This could be also handy. Let's save it there for later. And then remove this part. So I want to have a breakpoint here, but it does not work for some reason. Okay, I have something here. Some error here, I guess. Because it fails there. Again. Oh, I guess if I had a running debugger. Okay, this was the issue. So let's retry. Okay, now I get it. So on yet, we will set breakpoint here. Start the stuff. Remove the breakpoints here and this one also. So something is off here. Let's actually stop this one. Remove this. Restart test. Okay. Come back here. Breakpoint there. Start debugging process. Source missing. Why is the source missing? Maybe set the breakpoint here. Try again. Yeah, I see the bot. The problem is I banned already so many of them, but kind of sucks, and I don't know why Twitch doesn't do anything against that, because most of them are writing the same stuff. And it seems like it should be doable to recognize this kind of strings, even if they use special characters from UTF-8 and or 16, I don't know. So sorry, Scruffy, you get a timeout from Nightbot. So we're here, we're trying again. So the debugger is waiting. We attach. Hmm. Relic, welcome. So then you have another account. You're just writing too much at the same. That's hard to read if you just writing one or two words. And also I just activated Nightbot today, so I am not used to it anyways. My programming wisdom doesn't correlate to knowing all the applications in the world. But regardless, I think I need to stop this and restart again. So let's open up a terminal. It's waiting again. Set debugging point, attach. What's actually is going on here? Debugging does not work. Reasons. Let's go by the references of this thing. Here. That's the debugger, maybe here somewhere. And here. Smaller. we're here. What's in the output? This stuff. So we're jumping in this one. So outline is optimized out. Okay. And new line also optimized out. Nice. That's not it. Start maybe current buffer. Current buffer. Current buffer. B and start. And do the same for the current buffer. B8. So that's exactly what we wanted here. How to say it should not optimize things out. Now we restart the command and try again. See where we land this time. That didn't work out. Let's do start the debugger again. Stars missing, cannot jump to frame. Start info. Seems like I have some issues with the debugger. Red not found. This was strange. But now you're here. Outline is optimized away. For whatever reason. Hopla. Output skip. So let's see again what we did right there. Cursor. And if we just swap this to just to see how it's changed, because I don't really understand how it concatenates here. Restrict string 1, string 2. So first the string 1, then string 2. I would just need to get a portion of the text. What's this? Terminated string that will be copied. Pointed to a copy of the string. Duplicate string cut. String to search. Character to look for. Copy an alternate string into a sized buffer. Compatible with string copy. The result is always a valid null terminated string that fits into the buffer, unless of course the buffer size is 0. Does not pad out the result like string copy does. Appends source to string destination of size. Yeah, welcome back. It's not to Strafe, it's to Übung. It's hard to say this in mixing German and English. Append source to string destination of size desize. Unlike string cut, desize is the full size of destination. No space left. At most desize -1 characters will be copied. Always null terminated. Source and destination may overlap. Destination, source. Destination buffer to be appended to must have a null byte. Should really practice the whole string concatenation and handling in C. Yeah, I'm not looking only. Nightbot is Nightbot is really picky, yeah. Yeah. Do you argue also the same with ChatGPT? I don't use ChatGPT. I told you before. So I will do a couple of minutes more and then I will stop for today. Because I want to learn stuff. I know if I would use ChatGPT, I would maybe be already done with it, but I would learn nothing. That's for sure. Yeah. I guess so. AI is good for everything, right? So I would need to actually copy the part of the string here. Old line, but we would need only to get the portion of the old line, only a substring. Search for substring in C files. No, it's not it. Let's search for X string copy or something. Copy string portion. String copy the source, which copies a string pointed to by source into location. Pointed to by destination. So X string copy, we can, I'm not sure how to use that, but we will find, I guess, some things here. See in C files. Right, it's all capital string copy. So we could try, even if I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do. See how this one is used. So in C files only. That's nice. Char. 3. Destination, restrict. We could say we string copy into the outline. Again, string copy. String to be copied. Size of destination. This is not what I wanted, to be honest here. But append string to string destination of size. Desize, unlike string cat, desize is the full size of destination. Put at the end of the string. String to put at the end of destination. Wait, what does this say? Strings and return the result in allocated memory. And this should work. Outline plus outline plus start of the column -1. And here we concatenate the output plus Oh, this one would not work. It's actually wrong. So the only option of a string. String. Want to extract a portion after position, but not the entire remaining string. You can use mem copy. Okay. As it was already pointed in comments, you can use standard function string. I could do also is just maybe here. This part like this. So outline here and we write 0. Terminate the string there. Column. And this should work. And use the outline plus the output. And here we need just a forward. Like that. Let's see if this works already. Actually, we don't need the debugger here. We just see what test gives us an output. So this expected would be this. Kind of messed up. But why? Line number. Also line number that we could say something is off here. Definitely. But yeah, that's it for today. We'll figure it out in the next stream. So good night, everyone. See you in the next stream. Bye. Graph. See you.